Self-reflection, can I fix myself? Okay, so can I fix myself is the question. Let's self-reflect on that. By my estimation, the very idea of fixing oneself is problematic and very tempting to get caught up in. So you have this current state of your life and you are a certain way, and you have the problems and you have the shortcomings and faults that you carry around with you all the time, and then you have this future self, and that self is a certain way, and it's usually pretty different from where you are now, and you spend a lot of your time trying to work to make that happen. Now, there's proactive ways of doing that, and then there's very unproductive or kind of denigrating ways of going about that, and I want to make a delineation between the two. So, the proactive way about fixing yourself is that I am where I am now, and where I am now is good enough. I have my faults. I have good things about me, whether I'd like to acknowledge it or not. There are good things about me. And the raw materials that I am working with in my current state in life, that's good enough. I'd like to get here, and getting there, the process of getting there, is giving my life meaning and is a worthwhile endeavor, so I'm going to continue on it. That's some psychologically healthy ways of thinking that you're doing there. What's the opposite? The opposite is I'm not good enough right now, and until I get to this point, I will not be good enough, and I will self-reject, and that will be the dominant philosophy or theme of my life until I get to this kind of unknown land where I'm finally acceptable to myself. So these are two fundamental different ways of approaching self-development, or of approaching developing a relationship with your present self and your future self. So the answer to the question of should I fix myself, can I fix myself, it's not the proper way to ask the question. The proper way to ask the question is who am I now and who can I become? What do I have now to help me become who I envision myself of being? What does that process look like? And how can I get on my own side to make that happen? Because the weird fucking thing is that if you're already coming from a place of self-rejection as you attempt to better yourself, you're slowing down that process. You're making that process way more difficult because you're adding all of these obstacles. And it's really weird too because it's backwards, right? You'd think, well, if I accept where I am now, it's less likely to make me want to change if I already accept myself. So I have to reject where I am in order to get there. You know, I have to actively work against who I am now to get there. And that's just not the case. It really isn't. It's it's a weird thing. That's a whole nother video to go into why that is the way that is. But that is the way that is. So, if you're going to fix yourself or improve yourself, do it from a place of accepting where you are now, having a degree of self-compassion for not only your shortcomings, but for the strengths that you possess, and then choosing to work toward this better version of yourself. And then, just to add a bonus, recognizing that you could die any day. So you may as well enjoy the raw materials of your life now and do everything you can to make those materials into as much as they can possibly be. Cool.